Sun, Moon, Rising. My name is Lavender Lay. I'm an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube, and I post anime-themed tarot readings. So if that's something that you're into or would like to get into, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join the community. And yeah, let's go ahead and kind of get into it. So we're going to be doing a reading into the next 3 months for you guys. So just an overview of what we're going to go over. We're going to pull some tarot cards to get the current energy that you're in. And then with the oracle cards, we're going to be looking into what karma are you clearing over the next 3 months? What self-care do you need more of? What astrological influences may be impacting you? And then a final message from the angel number cards. So yeah, if that is okay with you, if you would like to stick around, let's go ahead and get into it with the tarot. Spirit for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, what is their energy at this moment? By the way, this is 3 months from whenever you're watching this, so you don't, if you're not watching this at the time I'm posting it, that's okay. This is timeless. It's 3 months from whatever date that you are watching. So for example, if you're watching this in December 2025, this is a reading for, January, February, March 2026. Ace of Swords in reverse. Too many cards that fell down on the ground, but that's the one that stayed up here. Back of the deck is the Hermit card in reverse. Alrighty. If you have Aries placements, you might want to check out the Aries reading. It should be up before this reading. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a kind of like not necessarily a similar energy, but the Hermit card came out in reverse for them too, so I don't know. If you have Aries placements, you might want to check out that reading. I feel like you guys are finally moving away from something that, like, it's almost like you've finally lost your patience for whatever this thing is, and you are finally just moving on. Like maybe you've come to realize, like, this has made me feel so out of balance, and I'm tired of trying to of constantly feeling like I have to balance all these things, especially like financially, just because it's the Two of Pentacles, and I feel like you guys are just like, all right, I'm finally moving away from this. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, this is not something that I want. Like, I'm not going to let this thing isolate me anymore, or make me feel isolated. There's something that I want more out of my life, and I'm just going to take, like, bite the bullet and go for, whatever this is. It could be, you moving away from like a career, or moving away from living in a specific city or state or something like that. Like, I'm getting kind of like an energy of like you, like somebody who's lived in like a small town for their entire life, and they're like, I'm tired of seeing the same people, dealing with the same bullshit, and not getting the opportunities that I want to get. So it's kind of like, almost like I am going to move on from whatever this is, and I'm going to figure out a way to do so. Like, I'm going to move out of here, elevate yourself in some shape or form to get you out of a specific spot that you are in. But yeah, like, you're done feeling this, you're done being isolated, you're done being, patient with whatever this is. You're done, you're just done. You're done with these feelings, and you are in a space where you're just like, I just want to move forward on, like, I want to move out of this chapter of my life and start a whole brand new chapter. You could also just be like completely revamping your entire life right now. Like, completely flipping what direction that you want to take your life in, just in general. So it doesn't even have to be like, oh, like, I want to move out of whatever town I'm in and stuff. It could just be like, I just want to change how I'm expressing myself. Like, maybe moving into a space where you feel like you're being more authentically yourself. It could also be the energy that you're in currently. So yeah, if that resonates for you, let's go ahead and get into the oracle cards. The way these, and get into the karma cards. The way these karma cards work is that I'm going to pull, there is 3 kind of like decks, planets, signs, and houses. I'm going to pull a card from each one, and it's going to create some sentences for us. One side of the cards being making sentences for actions, and one side making sentences for outcomes. So let's go ahead and get a planet spirit for my Leos, sun, moon, rising. Can we get a planet, please? What karma are they clearing over these next 3 months? We've got Mercury. Ready, let's get a sign. We've got in Aries. Alrighty, in Aries. Yeah, definitely if you have Aries placements, go check out the Aries reading. Significant Aries energy in here for some reason. I'm just feeling. Let's get a house. In the 3rd house. Alrighty, so Mercury in Aries in the 3rd house. So, spiritual action, communicate your willpower by making the right connections. Mental action, analyze what you think you know about the idea in question. And then physical action, let your mind tell you how to do it your own way and get your ideas going. So, see the outcomes. So, spiritual outcome, the awareness of energies to to meet the challenge of your ideas. Mental outcome, many thoughts about or from your desires regarding short-term thinking and trips. And a physical outcome, many words resulting from the honesty and strength of who or what is around you. Alrighty, I feel like the karma that you guys are clearing over the next 3 months is being more bold and taking more of a leadership position when it comes to your thoughts and ideas, and not being afraid to share what you think. And also not just speaking about your ideas, but taking action when it comes to those ideas. Like, you're going to say something and you're going to put action behind it. Like, for example, you could be like, you know what, I got this business idea, and actually going through with it, like starting to taking those steps to be like, okay, how, if I am going to do this business or whatever, where am I getting my product from? What product am I developing? How am I going to, fund this project? Where am I getting the funds from? Who can I trust to help me with this project and building it up from the ground up? How am I going to, get my project out there to people to see? But yeah, just like that kind of idea of like, whatever the idea is, you are putting action behind it. There's like no procrastination whatsoever. You are hitting the ground running when it comes to your ideas, and you're being so bold about it as well. And I love that for you guys. That's so great. Maybe you are also, it could also be, putting yourself in a position where you are networking, like networking the hell out of yourself. Like, everywhere that you're going, you are connecting with people, sharing the ideas that you have, and building connections with others, and building like a little bit of a community for yourself with people who are like-minded, and maybe they will also help you develop, like put a little bit more development into the ideas that you do have. But yeah, it's something into the energy of like, I thought it and I'm making it happen. Like, or it could also just be like, maybe you have been wanting to, for example, maybe you've been wanting to lose weight, or just not even just lose weight, but like maybe you're okay with your body, but you want to like tone up your body just a little bit more. You are coming up with ideas, maybe researching some YouTube videos of like exercise ideas that you can do, or exercises that you can do to tone up the certain parts of your body that you would like to tone up, and creating, and then not just like doing the research or whatever. Now you're going to put action behind that research, and over the next 3 months actually implement, like create the plan and actually implement the plan. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like you're coming up with the idea and you're going to be putting action behind it. Versus, and this could be, versus things that you've done in the past where you kind of like, you've thought of ideas and you've had ideas, but maybe, maybe some of them you've put a little bit of action behind them, and sometimes you've just completely forgot about the idea and you haven't even given it a second thought. These next 3 months, that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be, you thought the idea, you're going to implement it. So, be intentional with what ideas that you do come up with, because Spirit is going to be putting you into an energy of, I'm taking action on all these things. So make sure that you're being intentional with the ideas that you're coming up with. not to say that you can't ever change your mind. Obviously, you have free will. You can always change your mind, but just keep that in mind that you are going to be in that kind of energy where you are going to be taking action on all of your ideas. So yeah, so that is the karma that you're going to be going through. Let's go ahead and see what self-care do you need more of over the next 3 months. Because if you guys are going to be taking all that action, you definitely want to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves in the meantime, so that way you don't get burnt out. So Spirit, what self-care do my Leos? Almost called you Aries. There's so much Aries energy in this reading for some reason. Probably because I just did the Aries reading. While I'm filming this, I have not uploaded the Aries reading, so it could just be, lingering energy from the Aries reading. But let's go ahead and get some self-care. What self-care can my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising be doing over the next 3 months? Family, which also came out in the Aries reading. But yeah, it might be really helpful to be around family a lot more over these next 3 months, spending time with your parents, spending time if you are in one of those who, you have a found family, hanging out more with your found family. We got 3. Hydrate. Drink that water, people. Especially if you're going to be taking action on all these ideas of yours, make sure that you're staying hydrated. Make sure that, I don't know why people have this idea that you have to drink water plain, but because technically our bodies don't absorb water super well. So it would be really helpful when you're hydrating, maybe add something with just a little bit of electrolytes. It doesn't have to be like your full water bottle, but at least at least 16 of those ounces or something. Put some electrolytes in there just to make sure that your body is actually absorbing that water very well. And you're not just like drinking and it's coming right back out, because I have that problem. But we've got health checkup. So I'm going to say this, I'm not saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with you at this time, but getting a health checkup is really, really important to make sure that if you feel like there's nothing wrong, that you've got confirmation that there is nothing that wrong going on with your body at this time, just to make sure that, everything's working as it should, and just making sure that, you are functioning as well as you can be. So yeah, health checkups, I highly recommend it, especially if you're somebody that doesn't usually go for their annual physical. It's really important that you go and do your annual physical, just to make sure. I do know that there's some of us out there that don't have health insurance. I am very much aware of that. So if you're not able to do, a health checkup, maybe just do a check-in with yourself in terms of like your body. Like, do you feel like anything is off? Do you feel like anything, is there any problems in your mind that's coming to mind at this time? Or, just making sure that you're taking as best care of your body as possible. And then last but not least, we've got clean your space. If you're watching this at the time that I'm posting, we're right into the swing of spring. So spring cleaning could be really, really helpful for you at this time, or really just going through your stuff and decluttering. Going through the things like, hey, going through your clothes. Like, hey, when's the last time I wore this? Do I even like this style anymore? So, going through your clothes, decluttering those, donating the clothes that you don't necessarily want anymore, or maybe giving some clothes to letting your friends go through your closet and seeing like if they want any of the clothes that you have that you don't necessarily want anymore. If you are looking to donate your clothes, or and you need it to be in like a more of an accessible way, I highly recommend ThreadUp. They'll send you like in the mail like a bag or whatever that you can put a bunch of clothes into. It's a pretty big bag, and they'll give you like a return label or whatever, so you just put all the clothes in there, seal the bag, put the label on it, and then you take it to the UPS or FedEx or something like that. I can't remember which shipping people they use specifically, but quick and easy way, especially if you don't have like a Goodwill or Salvation Army or something like that to where you can just drop off your clothes. And I do think if you use ThreadUp, you can get a little bit of cash back from the clothes. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I've done it. At least it's been like 2 years since I've done that, so I'm not entirely sure. And I think it depends on like the types of brands of clothes that you have, as well as to whether or not they will sell it. And if they don't end up selling it, they will recycle the clothes, so that's also nice. Family or found family, definitely hydrate. Get a checkup if you are able to, and clean your space. So let's see what astrological signs could be impacting you, or influences. So Spirit, for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, what astrological influences are impacting them over the next 3 months? I don't know why, but I feel really like yappy in your guys' reading for some reason, which is very different from the past readings. Not to say that I didn't give them like a full-on reading, but I feel like I have so much more to say for you guys. Which I love, because I do love my Leos. I have quite a few of Leo friends or acquaintances. So if you guys are watching this, hey! Thank you guys for supporting my channel. We've got more Aries energy with Act, and we've got Chiron with Heal. Y'all got so much Aries energy. Lord have mercy. Your fellow fire sign. We've got Saturn with Structure. And then got Aquarius. Alrighty. So, first I'm going to say, if you have your Saturn in Aries, our Saturn return is coming up in May of 2025. And then I think it retrogrades for like a little bit at the end of 2025 into 2026, but then it's officially in Aries throughout from 2026 to maybe either end of 2027 or beginning of 2028. I can't remember exactly, but if you have that placement, I would highly recommend looking into what house that you have Aries in, because that will be really helpful for you for, getting into figuring out like how your Saturn return is going to be impacting you. For example, if you're like me and you have Saturn and Aries in the 11th house, it's really going to be impacting you in a sense of community, how, maybe being more assertive when it comes to building your community, what you are going to accept from your community, what you won't accept, being more disciplined in, who the company that you keep, you could also get into an energy of trying to build a community of some sort, or it could also be in terms of like community in terms of, you know, taking on more of a leadership position when it comes to humanitarian projects. So yeah, just a little bit of an example. We also got Chiron. So, you know, your Chiron could be affecting you over the next 3 months. I highly recommend in looking into what your Chiron sign is, because it is, you know, it is the wounded child. So if you feel like, if you've been trying to do more in terms of like healing your inner child, it would be really helpful to you to look into your Chiron, how it's impacting you, which house that your Chiron is in, and see, using that house and its, you know, in its themes in order to help you better heal your inner child. For example, if you were to have Chiron in your second house, right, you might have grown up in a way that, you know, there wasn't always resources around you. You could have grown up in poverty, and that really impacted you, and it impacts you in your life now because you kind of get stuck in that, almost like that lack mindset, that poverty mindset. And so maybe healing your inner child is, you know, building up more of your self-worth, and knowing that you are more than just, you know, whatever financial gains that you get. You are worth more than just that. Like, that's not your end all be all. It could also be, you know, maybe getting the things that you wanted, like purchasing the things that you wanted when you were a child that maybe your family couldn't really provide for you as a child. For example, you could be, let's see. For example, maybe you were somebody who really wanted to play video games as a kid, and your parents couldn't necessarily afford to buy you like the latest and greatest console. So maybe, you know, while all the other kids had, you know, an Xbox 360, you were still stuck with like a PlayStation 1. And not to knock the PlayStation 1. I love the PlayStation 1. It, you know, it brings so many nostalgic feelings. I would love to have a PlayStation 1 again, just because I really enjoyed the games that were out for that console. But anyways, you know, maybe getting yourself, you know, the PlayStation 5 now, because now you're older, maybe you make enough money to where you can't afford that thing. So getting yourself the PlayStation 5 and playing video games like the way that you wanted to when you were a kid. Of course, play responsibly. You know, you still, if you're an adult, I would hope, if you're watching this, because I personally do not like to read for children. 18 and above only. But yeah, be responsible. You know, play your video games. You know, let yourself enjoy that hobby again. Or yeah, just in general, maybe enjoying, like, letting yourself do the hobbies that you wanted to do as a kid, and letting yourself enjoy that a little bit more, putting more effort into that. Maybe it's art, maybe you really liked to draw and paint, but your parents kind of just like discouraged you from that because they didn't have really the resources to support that hobby for you. Maybe it's also, you know, I'm hearing like crochet. Maybe you would like to get into D&D. I don't know, just hobbies in general, you know, in order to help you heal your inner child over these next 3 months. We've also got Aquarius with Collaborate. If you have any Aquarius placements, it might be really helpful for you to look into how that's impacting you. At the time that I'm filming this, Pluto is in Aquarius, and it will be in Aquarius over the next 18 to 20 years, because it is a generational planet. So maybe look into where Pluto is transiting your, what is it called? which house it's transiting for you. If you are a Leo rising, Aquarius is your sister sign, I believe. So Pluto would be transiting your 7th house if you're a Leo rising. So that would mean, Pluto is kind of transforming over these next 20-ish, 19 to 20-ish years. How you go about your relationships, transforming your relationships, and hopefully for the better. But yeah, just overall, look into where Pluto is transiting just look where it's transiting for you, like what house it's transiting for you, and also with Saturn. Also look into when your Saturn return is happening, or if it's already happened. Maybe reflect upon what that time was like for you, because some themes from that time could be popping up over the next 3 months. And then of course, look and see where, if you have any Aries placements, see where those are in your chart and how that's impacting you as well. So let's finish off. You guys are probably the longest reading that I've done for the zodiacs so far. Let's finish out with the angel number cards. So Spirit, any final messages for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising? Final messages. We got 12-12. Literally, this came out in the Aries reading. But yeah, 12-12 with I am focused. We got 444 with I am protected. You could be seeing 444 on like your clock, or just randomly someplace. Let's get 1 or 2 more. Let's see. We got 111. I am creative. I'm gonna get 1 more. Because your reading's already long, so why not make it a little bit longer? There we go. We've got 88 with I am wealthy. Ooh. So 12-12, I am focused. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. We got 444. I am protected. Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. Then we got 111. I am creative. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Yeah, that's definitely reflective of your reading. And then 88, I am wealthy. You are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance into your life. Ooh. So yeah, that is your guys' reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. If you like this reading, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps me with the algorithm. Comment down below. Tell me what kind of Leo that you are. If you are a Leo sun, tell me if you are a July Leo or an August Leo. I would love to know the ratio. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscription button and also the post notification bell so you don't miss out on my future readings. If you would like a private reading, my Etsy shop is linked down below. I just put up 2 new kinds of readings, a 60-minute long reading option, and then if you want a kind of like a basic birth chart analysis, I'll also be doing that as well. Or if you want a reading like this for the next 3 months that's more personalized to you, that is also offered in my Etsy shop. Feel free to follow me on my social medias, they're linked down below. And yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for trusting me to read your cards, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.